Alright, Shalom. We're the brothers from here, GMS Chicago, coming with another lesson. First and foremost, we want to give all glory and praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Ruach.
Double honors to the elders, apostles of Great Millstone, our New York, and in the different camps of GMS. And salutation to all you brothers doing this work in sincerity and truth and with charity. Basically seeing the sign of the times, hey, we know this place is almost through. Alright, if a brother could pull up 2nd Ezra 15 and 2nd Ezra 19 and 1, measuring the time diligently within itself. But also you actually see the division amongst these Egyptians, man. Like, we're gonna get in the scriptures. Alright, but we want to start off with that article. We believe this was the Republicans were behind every idea, every belief that Donald Trump was with to some degree, but these tariffs drew the line because most of the wealthy Americans have interest in Mexico. Certain factories are in Mexico. Certain American brands are making money off having their some of their offices or some of their factories and plants in Mexico. All right. So guess what, man? Hey, that's where if you can read the article or just read the main point on it. If you can get the article name and the date,
yeah, this is the article by the New York Times. It says Senate Republicans warn the White House against Mexico tariffs.
Right, and that's basically a division within themselves because they were unified while this was going to benefit and not mess with their pockets. Now, who funds the Senate campaigns for these senators? All right, big business, man. All right, but if it ends up messing with their bottom dollar, guess what? They're going to break away from being every thought behind Donald Trump, man. They're not going to back him up. Now, did you want to read some of that article?
Yeah, and this is a June 4th, 2019 post. It says from Washington, Republican senators sent the White House a sharp message on Tuesday, warning that they were almost uninformedly opposed to President Trump's plans to impose tariffs on Mexican imports.
Right, and basically, because they get these materials that get made for cheap. All right, I believe if you do some research, like basically the Mexican people are like the poorest that put in more hours a week, man. All right, and it's all what? It's a neighboring country that America benefits from, man. All right, so that's where they're gonna draw the line when it comes to the money. All right, because they report to big business. They don't report to the people. All right. If you could get that in Matthew's Bible,
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 12, and verse 25. And Yahushua knew their thoughts, and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation.
Right, and guess what? Guess what was the desolation of the Israelites? Us sinning against our Father, and us having divisions amongst ourselves, man. All right, because in the kingdom it says there will no longer be two nations, so it won't be no southern kingdom and northern kingdom. We're going to be that one nation under God, man. All right, because we're being brought back together, like the scripture says. We're getting rebuilt like the tabernacle of David, man. All right, so those breaches that were amongst us are getting sealed up, primarily with the elect, man. Because most they chill together now, man. I just chill with some people I knew in the world, and guess what, man? They had one of the daughters had a so-called black man, which would have been unheard of, man. All right. Yeah, more than that.
And every city or house divided against itself shall not stand.
John, and if you could get that, brother could get that Isaiah 19, where it says, I shall put, 19 and 4, is it, I shall put the Egyptians against the Egyptians?
19 and 2.
19,
I think.
I got it right. This is Isaiah 19 and 2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his brother.
Right, because you have even amongst these people, the citizens, all right, of this present day Egypt, that even in their ideals are broken up, that are divided, because you have the Edomites that sympathize, all right, with the struggle of the so-called blacks, because now they're broke now, but then you also have those wealthy Edomites that couldn't care less, that consider even them among their race as two-time losers. which is why there's a high suicide rate between those Edomites that have and those that don't have, because it's a hit to the morale, man, to not have and everybody else have, man. All right, and you Edomites ain't built for adversity, man. You guys are the weakest. All right, read it again.
Isaiah 19:2, and I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his neighbor, and everyone against his neighbor, and city against city, and kingdom against kingdom.
Hey, man, and these are these people that are not sharing all the common idea. All right, you had women lamenting when Donald Trump was elected president, man, but you also had those that were cheering him on. You got some reply?
I'm looking.
Okay. What you got, bro?
I can't find it.
No, this is brother.
Second Esdras.
Come, Babu Bishah.
This is Second Esdras 9:1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
Right, and measuring the time diligently within itself is knowing that we are in the end of days, but we're seeing, it says, a part of the signs. So it's kind of like when you're watching a news show and they have the ticker, so you know what stories come next. These things that are happening globally, these tariffs, because they're really economic wars, all right? Because these countries are basically, they're trying to stay afloat. So when you have somebody like Donald Trump messing with these people's money, guess what, man? That's where the love is lost, man. All right? That's where the relationships or what have you done for me lately comes into play, man. All right? You know, and that's basically what these countries are saying, man. Look, what's the benefit of doing business with America? And you're going to see that a lot of people are distancing themselves from the dollar from that same very reason. Because it's no longer... They can no longer see this place hitting its second industrial boom, its third boom, man. All right, this place, it said part of the signs, because the scriptures say that no man knoweth an hour. But we also know that when these births came, where these different birth pains, these different prophecies start hitting or getting closer, that's as much as we have. Other than that, we have to says it says pray. It even says to pray for fewer days. Because it's going to get hectic out here, man.
Right, hey, and the scriptures tell you, they always tell you that, oh, when this happens, like right here, it says what, then that means that what, that the Lord is going to begin to visit the earth.
Well, right, which you mean?
And then in Matthew 24, it says, now when these things happen, it's not the end, but, you know, it says, marvel not that it's not the end, man.
Right, the scriptures say, Salaki, but the scriptures say, basically, in your patience possess ye your souls. Because it's a waiting game. We know the Lord's coming. We already read. We know Babylon's going to fall. Our eyes just haven't seen what's already been written that did happen, man.
Right. Hey, though it tarry, wait for it.
Right.
You know? It said, and then it said what? Hey, when you see these things, behold, it is at the doors, man. So these are all signs that the Lord set up to know, okay, this is the end. Or now we know that this shit's starting to kick off, but the Lord said it's not literally the end, so we gotta wait a little bit. Now, when this happens, then now we know this is the actual end, and you know, those are the signs the Lord left for us, man.
You get that one? I think in Matthew 24 also, where it says they'll be shortened for the elect's sake, because guess what, man? They're gonna push that RFID chip, and just like the real ID, you can look it up in Illinois. It's much more requirements, where it's getting closer to. That social score that China's implementing, all right, where if you're so-called jaywalking, that's a deduction. If you didn't pay some on time, to the point where if you're not considered an upstanding citizen, you're gonna be X'd out of the equation. Which means one of the guys, basically, he was giving donations to boost his score because of his social score. He couldn't take a fast train between two routes, so he had to take the long way. All right, so there's going to be benefits and penalties for not being a quote-unquote productive member of society. All right, speaking against the government.
Yeah, they show you that in Black Mirror, you know what I'm saying? When the people have the chip and you're able to read like someone's 4.7 or 4.2 and so on and so forth, because the company you keep will also determine your social status as well. You know what I mean? And you'll be
Social credit score.
your social credit score. You'll be penalized. You know what I mean, for the company you keep.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Because basically, it's getting to crunch time where there's people that are fully dependent on Egypt. All right, you have people receiving disability checks where they're gonna have they've been programmed to be depending on the system that they don't know anything but it. And Esau put them in that plan. All right. Oh, you know what? You don't like working with people at work. Oh, we're gonna say that you have some sort of mental disability, and here's a check. You know, since you can't deal with people, to the point where you think those people are gonna have an option whether they take the chip or not. Them unfaithful people that are hopers to partake in Egypt, man. Seeing that this place is crumbling day to day. Yes, sir.
Keep going. And the second address?
No, because basically you hit the Matthew. You had some?
This is Matthew 12 and 25. It says, and Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. So that's what we're coming upon. All right, we're coming upon the end of this civilization over here in Babylon the Great. All right, and that's all the brothers went into the tokens, and this is a big token. Every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. That's what happened with the nation of Israel. So now it's happening amongst these Edomites. It says, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? And that's why you see this place crumbling, man. All right, this is actually one of the tokens, man. Okay, so the Lord is saying they were trying to accuse him of casting out demons in the basically in the spirit of a demon, but he's telling them now this tells you who Satan is, man. It tells you who the devil is, because Satan is being divided against Satan now. The Egyptian against Egyptian. It's the same exact thing, man. It's a parallel, man.
Right. You have the spiritual entity, which is Satan, but in Isaiah 14 it says, "Is this the man?"
Yep.
So that's to let you know that there's an actual physical form of a devil, all right, which is a deceiver, all right. This man that deceived through his wine, through his philosophies, through his ways of thought, man. Those Arabs are fighting to the death to not have those conditions in their side of the world, man. Why? Because they know that brings their society to an end, man.
Yep.
All right. If you could pull up basically just mention that one in that article, because now our women are so-called partakers in this, man. But guess what's happening, man? All these even here in Chicago, you have these aldermen being investigated. That guess what? They were partakers, thinking like, well, everybody's hands are dirty. Yeah, but only you Israelites are going to be held accountable, man. That's the difference, man. All right, just ask Jesse Jackson Jr. because of that, his house was broken up, man. He divorced his wife, man. That house was straight broken up, man. All right, because these systems weren't set up for you to prosper. These conditions were meant for you Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans to get chastised, to get corrected. So now that you guys are hopers and partakers, you guys are seeing that those laws don't apply to you.
That's why in Isaiah it says, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help. It's going to be your shame.
Right.
People still are spiritually adhered to this kingdom that's about to be destroyed, and that's failing. And this is the hands of the Most High. So it's going to be your shame. And it's the majority of you women that depend on this society, man. Because it gives you the most benefits. It gives you the benefit over your man. It gives you the benefits over basically everybody in the society, man. Everybody praises the goddamn woman, so this is gonna be really the woman shame, and a lot of 2/3 men too, and Esau and the heathens, man.
Right, because they're all into that, man. Most of these females, you know, have Johnny creeping through the window as soon as a social worker goes in, man. Coming in the window, you know what I'm saying, with a pack of blunts and a pistol in his ear, and they mess with those monies, man. Me personally, I used to work in the east side of Chicago. In the east part of Chicago, man, them Arabs used to run the link to sell liquor, man, at like damn near 9 a.m. to our people, man. All right, you know, and that was for our destruction, man. All right, these Arabs ain't here, all right, to sell you smoothies, man. All right, they're not here to teach you how to eat greens, man. To eat kale, to better your diet. They're feeding you the same poison Esau, but it's worse because it goes through SNAP. They ain't getting no organic ingredients.
Yep.
unprocessed chickens, man, like Esau. You know what I'm saying? Cage free. They send you a video of the cow in the pasture, you know, running freely. Talking about they, you know, they have. I was speaking to this woman yesterday, and she said how she works for a plant nursery, and they basically have heirloom tomatoes that they have in vaults just to keep procreating from them same good tomatoes, man. And I was thinking, like, I've never seen the same two of the same batches of tomatoes in the same store, man. You go 1 week, they're kind of yellow, kind of red. The next they're all yellow. You know what I'm saying? All GMO'd, man. That's discouraging, man.
Yeah. They know who you are too, because I was in a restaurant, you know, and I went in there and I asked him. I said, you know, these are the children of Israel, right? Why are you feeding them this pork? And he actually said he knew. And I asked him, why are you feeding them this pork and this bullshit? And he just shrugged his shoulders. They don't give a damn about you. None of these nations give a fuck about you, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. But you want to kiss their ass, man. You want to put your own people down and then lift them up on a pedestal, man. And you see that with the nigga woman, man. You come around the nigga woman, she treat these other nations, oh hey, yeah, you know, being polite and submissive. But when we come around, oh, what you want?
Right.
Face turn up, nose turn up. But that's gonna be your shame. So keep it up. Continue to be adhered to this kingdom, man.
That heathen basically told you, hey, people die every day, B.
Good.
All right, this is from the Washington Post. It says record number of women heading to Congress. It says
Get the woman shall compass a man, Bob.
it says more than 100 women were projected to win seats in the House of Representatives.
Right, the House of Representatives. They even did a big thing about it, man. Go ahead.
Easily shattering the record. Overwhelmingly, they were Democrats who helped the party take control of the chamber. Women have never held more than 84 of the 435 seats in the House. With votes still being counted Thursday, 100 women had been officially declared winners.
Right, and they made a big deal about it. That made front page news, man. All right, and you see most of them are basically, like they said, Democrats, man. That are supposed to represent what the middle class working family. You know, which are mostly what these what they're counting as these single mothers, man. You know, hoping that they have those ideals, man. Can get that because there's two. There's the one woman shall command the man, the children rule over them, and women are their oppressors. All right, because this was all prophecy as well. These are all the indicators, man. Because, man, you know, when you see these women of the other nations that are with men with money, man, these women don't care about these men going out. They don't even care if they're homosexuals, but they want to be housewives. It's not like the brother has said, like the women of our nation, they see you talking to somebody else, you know, get all mad, get all upset, you know, or they'll see you with a woman of the other nation, be like, why can't you get you a strong black woman? All right, you be that woman. I ain't trying to wash for you. That's the whole point. You know what I'm saying? And where these women of the other nations, man, they're like, listen, man, hey, he's gonna go do what he's gonna go do, but if he comes back to, they don't have no issue with it because they're men that have wealth. They'd rather have that comfort. All right. But even that's flipping on Esau, man. Just ask what's homeboy from Amazon, Bezos. All right.
Oh yeah, Jeff Bezos.
Bezos, man, he just ended up having to fork over half of his fortune, man. You know, so even that is a shame unto them, and now those systems that were meant to break us up are affecting their bottom dollars, man, because they were trying to get all these divorces in before January 1st because all the new laws, man, where they were basically gonna make it where even the people receiving the money they would have to pay taxes on, man, which is usually, man, Esau is all together wicked, man. Yes,
This is Isaiah 3:12. It says, "As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them."
Right, which is a shame, man. The head of the household is a man. All right, that's who's supposed to guide the house. All right, the head of the household. You know. You got that other one in Isaiah? Oh, you got more than that?
Oh, my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err and destroy the way of thy paths.
That's right, man. And your leaders ain't doing nothing for you, man. These leaders are telling you to be hopeful partakers in Esau's society, man. contributing citizens, man. You got that other one?
Yes, in it's the book of Jeremiah. It says kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
And it reads,
We'll make some
think-
room for
yeah.
the other. We're gonna be the rain.
how long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For Yahweh hath created a new thing in the earth.
Right. This is a new thing. This is a new thing that a woman is put up on a pedestal, man. All right.
A women shall compass a man.
Right. And that's these women on these leadership roles. I'm every woman, you know,
Yeah.
type deal.
I got something.
Go ahead.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 32 and 9, and it reads, Rise up, ye women that are at ease, hear my voice, ye careless daughters.
Right.
all right.
Because once, go ahead, bro.
Oh, so you go ahead.
Because once these benefits are out, that's when your love for Esau is gonna be done, man. That's when you're gonna be looking for a strong black man to defend you, man. All right, and they're already up there with you. You think your baby daddy, who you put on child support, is gonna be there to have your back? Right now, but you better avoid his ass at all costs. I remember I seen this Edomite. He told me he had gotten locked up after he just had paid rent, and he's like, and I know she has a man in there, man. And I thought, well, listen, bro, they used to fuck us up, so now it's happening to you. I mean, what do you want me to tell you? You know what I'm saying? I thought that was universal law. Oh, so it doesn't skip you, my dude? Bro, I just had it. You get it?
Read the Isaiah.
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah. So Isaiah 32 and 9, and it reads, Rise up, ye women that are at ease, hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Hey, so man, the prophets are out here warning you Israelite women, all right? Because you Israelite women are out of order, you're wicked. What does the scripture says? Wickedness to a woman is little. Roughly paraphrasing,
yeah.
Salakia. You know, so these women are just wicked, man. Give ear unto my speech, all right? So hearken, you women. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. So, hey, Esau, Edom are the Caucasian race, man. You know, who you get a lot of benefits from at the end of a month. You get the link, Section 8, you get your child support, and etc. Man, hey, pretty soon Esau, Edom is about to shut all those benefits down. All right, Esau is about to turn his back on you, nigger woman as well, man. All right.
I got one. This Isaiah 31 and 4. Actually,
One, listen.
yeah, I'm sorry, 1. It says, Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help, and stay on horses and trust in chariots, because they are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord. And it has an exclamation mark there, man. So the times that the Lord is telling us to watch out for, which is the times we're living in now, is going to get very serious and hectic, man. And you people that are adhere to this society, the Lord says woe to you. That word woe is destruction. So you women, a lot of you going to get destroyed because you're honestly not smart, because the smartest thing would be to be under your man.
Yep.
All right? You have a simple role, but you don't want to do it because you're drunk off your lust. You're drunk off of these benefits. But these benefits are about to be cut off for you. They're not going to have no money as far as economic in this economy to continue to pay for your benefits anymore, man. That's why a lot of these Edomites and these Fortune 500 companies, they're getting rid of you so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American women, man. And they're keeping their own women. Why is that? Because they never liked you, and they were just using you for your work ethic, because they know Jake works hard and that they could pay you less. All right, the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American woman in these Fortune 500 companies, these office buildings, the Edomite woman's making more than you, and she don't even do as much as you, man. My mom is a perfect example, man. She trains people, but the people she trains get paid more than her, and they're all Edomites, man. And she's been an accountant for like 10 years, 10 or 11 years, man. And the people, the Edomite women that she trains, they get paid more than her, man. That's a sign that they don't care about you in these higher ups, man. And that's what's about to fail. And what do you think they're gonna do? They're gonna cut you Israelite women off first, because you never mattered in the first place, man.
Hey, which is basically a witness, you know, that this is happening. This is Sirach 25 and verse 7. It says, There be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that has joy of his children, and he that leaveth to see the fall of his enemy. And we know that on this side we can't have joy of our children, because they're also products and slaves to this society. All right. And what he said, a man that sees the downfall of his enemy, and we're seeing those principles. We're seeing the foundation of that to come, which this is 2nd Ezra 6 and verse 9. It says, "For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth." All right, and that's basically for righteousness to be set up. All right, in order for the messed up world order that there is now, that means that this society has to come to an end, and that means the so-called rulership of Edomites. All right, you know, that's a testimony against you, man. That you're no longer that brute ruler, man. You have Asia being a partaker, and the Russians are other Edomites that are hopeful partakers. But you guys ain't gonna have anything, man. All right. Who got something else?
Kind of had something just to back up the brother of how our enemies are falling, man. You know, it's a beautiful thing to see Esau Edom falling. All right, this is Lamentations 1 and 21. They have heard that I sigh, there's none to comfort me. All my enemies have heard of my trouble. All right, so all these nations, man, see that our people are at the bottom, man.
Right.
All
A perfect example is in Esdras, man. When we tried rebuilding the temple, what did they do? They came and troubled us, man. These other nations ain't here for you, man. Which one of these nations is taking the shirt off their back to comfort you, man? Mind you, their businesses are in your ghettos, man. And they sneak out through the back and go drive to their suburbs, man.
Yep. They are glad that thou hast done it. Thou will bring the day that thou hast called, and they shall be like unto me. So, just like how you see our people at the bottom, pretty soon, Esau Edom, the Caucasian people, man, and these other nations, man, that helped partake in our affliction and in our slavery, man, and they're gonna be in the bottom, man.
Which is righteous, man, because you soft ass people forget that right now we're under the white man's yoke, man. And you know, Salakia for using that term, but these Edomites, which is basically a witness against them, man. All right, because these nations, again, man, they doing nothing for you, man. All right, you have people coming from other types of the world that come here and get loans, man, get benefits. Meanwhile, you've been here, you know what I'm saying, 20, 30, 40 years before them, and you're still at the bottom of the bottom, man. Your businesses ain't thriving, all right?
Okay, I got a scripture for you. This Haggai 1 and 6, it says, "Ye have sown much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put into a bag with holes."
Man, that means how it feels like you just get your check and it's already gone.
Yep.
All right, because
Can you grab subject to payments?
Yeah.
Baruch, yeah.
I got one. This is Jeremiah 15 and 5. It says, "For who shall have pity upon thee, O Jerusalem? Or who shall bemoan thee? Or who shall go aside and ask how thou doest?" You know, back to these nations. What have they showed us, man? Nothing, man. You know, every time they want to so-called help us, it's always an ulterior motive.
right, it's always a benefit, man.
They never actually were there for our good. Well, what country has actually told Babylon, America, "Oh, we're gonna go to war with you because you treat the blacks and the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans unrighteously"? Nobody, man. That's why we need the Lord, man, because nobody else is gonna do that, man. These nations, it tells you that in Psalms 83rd chapter.
Yeah.
That they got together to what? To cast us off from being a nation.
In one consent.
The only one that actually wants things for our benefit is Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. But our people don't wanna take heed, man. That's what it says, that if you be joined unto, you should be thrust through.
Yeah, it's essentially free labor, you know what I mean? Because though we get paid very small crumbs, man.
Compared to the corporations and the CEOs, CFOs, which are the ones basically getting a majority of these checks, man, millions. All right, just look up CEOs to these top 20, 30 companies, man, and check what their CEOs make, because some of them are public record, man.
Oh yeah, some of
way
the
more than
bonuses
the
are
burger
like 20
flipper.
million.
Yeah.
Some of their bonuses are ridiculous amounts, man, that you will never make in your lifetime.
Never. Not
Never.
even all your checks accumulated.
Shit, when I worked at the Board of Trade, JP Morgan Chase, they're making like $23-25 million in one day, man.
And
in the morning.
That's what sat down right before noon.
Yeah.
And that's what just sat down this week with Donald Trump.
Oh, God.
The guy from JP Morgan, he said
Jamie Dimon?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Jamie
I
Dimon
forgot
or
his
something
name.
like that.
He said he basically said we had productive talks. Why? Because they're strategizing. They're hoping for tickets that this thing continues, man.
Mm-hmm.
But the Lord already declared its end, man.
Yeah, and why do they want it to continue? Because they're the ones that they go back. Their family goes back to the people that that started this whole thing by putting our people in slavery during the time when they first came over here, man. All these families, man.
I think it was JP Morgan. He had that big boat.
Yep.
And they asked him, how much does it cost to upkeep? He said, if you have to ask, then you can't afford it. because he basically had that much wealth. Where he said, man, look, man, if you have to ask how much it costs to keep this boat and keep it afloat, he said, you can't afford it, man.
Yep.
And that's old money,
Yeah, that comes from that transgenerational wealth that they acquired from our free labor.
Yep.
And you niggas don't even research this, man. They have all these millions and billions. That's based on that transgenerational wealth comes from us being in slavery over here, man. From the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans working these fields, man, for free, making them ridiculously rich, and it's translated all the way into this generation, man. But the Lord, like the brother said, the Lord's about to end this, man. All right, the wicked's not gonna rule. It says in Job 20 that there is but for a moment their rulership, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it always falls apart, just like the Roman Empire, man. I had your Baruch.
Oh, yeah, if you want to bring it out, go ahead.
You still want to get?
Yeah, the subject amendment.
Con, this is Baruch 3:8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments, according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our power. Go ahead.
Yeah, we can't build no real wealth here in captivity, man. That's bugged out, man. We're barely getting the crumbs, you know what I'm saying? I mean, all they want, the people ruling, is a nation full of workers, man, that don't complain, that don't talk back, that just show up to work on time and do overtime. All right? But this society is coming to an end, man, and we're witnessing it. And it's a beautiful time. You guys got anything else? Man, bring us up, brother.
With all that, man, hopefully this was an edifying video for the hopeful, righteous elect that are out there, man. Just want to give all honors, glories, and praises to Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Ruach HaKodesh.
Double honors to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations to Yakim across the globe that are doing this work in truth and in sincerity and in charity. Till next time, Shalom and Abad Babal.
Shalom.
Ba, 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 ba.